Hello everybody, welcome to TEG Cusick Park for the Westmeath Senior Football final here between St. Loman's the champions and of course Garrycastle. Beat Loman's in 19 in a terrific final. They're back in the final again, and Loman's of course bidding I think for 3 on the trot here, or 2 on the trot here in TEG Cusick Park. Brilliant day for football. There's not a breeze hardly blowing. The sun shining this morning and still briefly a little bit, but you couldn't have conditions much better. Referee Damien Marr out in the centre of the park, and Gerry, we're looking forward to a splendid game.
We are indeed. Just 2 quick personal things. We know Damien lost his wife Claire 2 months ago. We wish him well, and a minute's silence for a wonderful Westmeath servant, Michael Conlon, has just ended.
Absolutely. Here comes the throw in, and first to break away are Garrycastle. They'll move it down into the corner. They'll be hoping for early scores, and the man that has it is Alex Gardner. I spoke of him before. If he plays well, Garrycastle are in certainly watching on, goes back. The man that has it is the number 12 for Garrycastle, and that is Owen Monaghan, another big player back out into the corner, gone out over the line, and it'll be a line ball. Is the line ball going to Garrycastle? They're coming out. We're waiting to see. It's going to Garrycastle. Is there a chance of an early score in the Westmeath Senior Football final here in TEG Cusick Park? A brilliant hurling game last weekend. A 3-point win for a Harney. The man kicking the ball in was the number 10, Tom O'Halloran. Great ball inside, the shot gone in. Was there a push? We'll wait and see. The referee watched very closely. It's gathered up. David Whelan has it. And Garrycastle now, Folog coming out with it. It's gathered up there by Ray Sheeran getting it up the field. And here come Loman. They're trying to get out with the ball, and there'll be a free in. The man that getting the free there was number 17, Bill Kelly, that's starting along with Dorn Hart. Dorn was back there in 2001 when Garrycastle won their first final. Kelly has it on the far side of the field. A brilliant ball across to Mark McCallion, getting it inside. Chance on here now is James Dolan getting it back out into the centre. Chance on here now maybe for Garrycastle. They're piling on the pressure in the opening to minute and a half gone here in the TEG Cusick Park, with the ball's gone out and wide. Bad wide, no Gerry, lot of pressure, no scores.
Lot of pressure, no score. Almost James Dolan almost in there at the end of Tom O'Halloran's line ball, and close to being fouled, but it wasn't a foul. And early pressure for Garrycastle. Long way to go though.
Long way to go. The kick out has come, a short kick out. Gathered up by O'Keefe. O'Keefe, the man that comes in wearing number 22, Darren O'Keefe. Great game the last day in that semi-final. Here comes Loman's. They'll be hoping, getting it up to the heavyweights, of course, of Ronan O'Toole and TJ Coxon and John Heslin, the big men. And Peter Fider got an early goal and start the game. There's a chance. Heslin has it. A wonderful mark there by John Heslin. And that's just what John Heslin is. Top class footballer. He'll have the free himself, John Heslin. We're gone 2 minutes and a few seconds, and Heslin opens the score. score. Brilliant score by John Heslin. Gerry, a great mark.
Well, sure, listen, class act. No more to say, Gerry.
Yes, class act. No more is right because he is a class act. So it's a point to no score. The champions are leading, heading for 2 on the trot. Both of them with 18 county titles. The ball's gone down the field. Can this be gathered neatly? It is gathered by Owen Mulvihil. Gets it close to the sideline. Can he get it back in? He's under pressure. Referee says foul committed. He sends a lovely pass in. Gathered again. Almost committed. Another foul being almost committed by the men from St. Loman's. This ball going in again into the corner, and the getting it in is Garra. That's a beauty. If John Heslin can do it at one end, the other full forward, Gerry, Alex Gardner, that was a beauty point.
Yeah, he had a smashing game here the last day. He was given an awful lot of freedom by the Downs defence, and Declan Kelly will be hoping Lomans aren't as generous with the space given to him.
Absolutely. Kick is on its way. Here come Lomans. The man that has him is Ronan O'Toole. O'Toole, beauty in. We're in for a great final in TEG Cusack Park. Lomans gone ahead with Ronan O'Toole. Splendid ball right down the field. Ronan O'Toole getting at the end of it and popping it over the crossbar. It's 2 points to 1. Little or nothing between them. The kick out has already arrived to Mark McCallion. He gets it back. The man wearing number 18 is Doran Hart. He was there when they won the title in 2001, and certainly he's a long-serving member of the Garrycastle team and played for many up to a few years ago with Westmeath. Goes back to Bill Kelly, the number 17. Kelly dropping it in. This is a dangerous ball if it works. Oh, the pass just almost, if it had to go in, you might have saw a green flag for the men for Garrycastle. Ball back again. Gardner is out again. Trying to get this one. Lovely ball from him. He's anviling right to left. Ball gone right across into the centre. The man that gathers it up is Owen Monaghan. Star player as well. Ball pushed back. Play on, says the referee. No foul committed. It was on the centre half back. It's thrown back to Michael Monaghan. Monaghan with it, getting it inside. It goes back again to the number 4, Gary McCallion. McCallion passing it to number 6, John Gaffey. A splendid centre half back to Bill Kelly. Kelly's anviling right and left. The man that started the game wasn't on the first 15, but brought in straight away before the start of the game. Goes back out again to him. He's anviling out the field. Young player gone out again to Andrew Monaghan. Monaghan playing now 1 foot to the other, getting it back out the field. Great cover from the men from St. Loman's. John Heslin's gone back to his own 45 to help out. Going to prevent Garrycastle from getting goals. Jimmy Dolan on fire in the last couple of games, scoring goals, but not getting any lee room today. Ball gone inside. Garrycastle trying to get in. Referee not blowing. Ball gone out. Good refereeing by Damien Marr there. The Garrycastle man thought he went to the ground, but he just slipped to the ground. Ball goes back to Folo. He has it now. He's the big man driving the ball out to this side of the field, out to the half back, and again it goes to Folo. He's up the field. He's a huge man to run. He scored a great goal in that semi-final. He's racing through, still with the ball. Couple of hops, throws it back out. The man that has it is Darren O'Keefe. He scored a point the last day out as well. Gone out to the midfielder. Midfielder is Sam McCartan. McCartan now gets it back, gets it out of field. Moved out towards TJ Cox, the goal getter, and most days TJ Cox. He's been kept outside the 45. The score is 5 minutes and 59 seconds gone. It's 2 points to 1. TEG Cusack Park here, little or nothing between these two teams here. Goes back again, and the man grabbing the ball out there. Folo again, driving it in. Now getting it in instead. Close to the sideline. Referee watches on. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. Who's going to get it? Can the Garrycastle man pick it up? He does, but John Heslin was on the ground. But the man that has it is John Gaffey. Gaffey with the ball. Coming away down on this side of the field. That was Garrycastle move very, very fast. Tackles goes in everywhere. Fairly and squarely. The referee said he held on too long. He could have had it clear. But at the other end of the field, is that John Heslin that was in the wars up at the far end? It was John, but good refereeing, I have to say, by Damien Marr. The man going to take this is Ronan O'Toole. He takes it short, goes back again to a man called Peter Fye. He scored an early goal, but Peter Fye has popped it in and popped it over the crossbar. A beauty of a point. Gerry, very good game of football.
Oh, terrific game so far, absolutely terrific game. One end to the other, quality scores, and let's hope we've another nearly hour of this, Gerry.
Absolutely. Back with play again on the far side of the field, and the man that gathers this one is Owen Hart. Getting it down to the number 7 is Conor O'Donoghue. Donoghue. So playing this one. Goes up to the midfielder, and the midfielder grabbing this is Owen Mulvihill. Mulvihill getting it back down on this side of the field. Is there a chance for Garrycastle here now, moving it in towards Mulvihill again? He's been pulled and dragged. No free, says the referee, but now he's been held up. I thought he was fouled there. No free. Gets a good ball, but there is. The referee did give the advantage to Damien Marr, but now he blows it up and it'll be a free. I thought the foul was committed, but he did get rid of the ball over to centre forward Andrew Monaghan. He might have scored it, but the referee gave the advantage, called it back, and now it's a free, and the free is going to be to Garrycastle. The man to take it is Tom O'Halloran. We have 8 minutes and 4 seconds gone on the clock, 3 points to 1. St. Lomans are leading, in case you just joined us, and we have a packed house, a filled house, a huge crowd in TEG Cusick Park for the Westmeath Senior Football final. Different scenes this year towards last year. Tom O'Halloran nicks it inside the post, Gerry. It's 3-2 in this highly exciting game.
Yeah, nothing simple about that free, and very well taken by Tom O'Halloran over the black spot, as I say, with the left foot. So very good standard of football so far, Gerry.
Absolutely. The kick out is perfect to Sam McCartan. McCartan gets a beauty, throws it across in the far side of the field, out towards Sheeran. Sheeran with the ball, lovely ball inside now. They'll be looking now, TJ Cox far side of the field, ball being played from one foot to the other, hopping back out to TJ Cox, or TJ with it now, out to the midfielder Sam McCartan. McCartan with the ball, will he try to shot himself? He's going for the big one. It looks good from here. Is it curling to the left and wide? It is. It's a wide. I think it might be the first wide. It's a wide one for St. Lomans. Garrycastle with a wide as well, so that the wides are far and few between, and the scores are 3-2. Very, very tight. We're gone 9 minutes and 11 seconds here with these two heavyweights in Westmeath football. Bidding here to take the trophy, the Flanagan Cup this evening. Bill Kelly's the man that gathers the ball now, getting it across on this side of the field, and is picked up by the fullback. Jack Donoghue, he scored a point in the semi-final. The ball moved back out into the centre again, and Garrycastle come looking. They'll be looking for Dolan. Can he get it? But Gardner's the man that's out. He's causing lots of trouble, Alex Gardner. He's anviling right and left. A lovely pass in, and the man that has it is Michael Monaghan. Monaghan with the kick. That's a beauty. That's a great point for Mike Monaghan. He might be wearing 7.5 back, but Gardner's doing a lot of good work.
He is indeed. Gardner's a quality player, and I suppose a lot of people hoping maybe he'll commit himself to Jack Cooney's regime, because he certainly looks inter-county standard, Gerry.
Absolutely. The man that gathers it was the midfielder Owen Mulvihill. Gone across now, it's gathered up by centre forward Andrew Monaghan. Monaghan back to Doran Hart. To Doran Hart, lovely ball by Doran Hart. That's gone out to Jimmy Dolan. The two of them play so well together to Gardner. Gardner gathering that one, turning on the left and putting it over, over the crossbar. I thought the umpire was hesitant for a minute. The sun beginning to shine again. 4-3, Gerry.
4-3, two of those Garrycastle points for Alex Gardner, and you'd imagine St. Lomans would have been well warned after the last day. He absolutely ripped the Downs defence apart, so they'll have to get a bit tighter on him, Gerry.
Absolutely. Kick outs arriving. A beauty again out to O'Keefe. O'Keefe turning and striking, but it'll be picked up beautiful by centre forward Andrew Monaghan. Monaghan, the sun blazing down, 16 degrees, and coming into TEG Cusick Park. Could anyone ask for anything better on a November day? For a county final to be played in such conditions. The man that has it is Andrew Monaghan. Monaghan with the sun on his back, getting over to Bill Kelly, and Bill Kelly will find the player. The player he finds is Tom O'Halloran. Tom getting it very, very hard to get it up. The referee says hand on the back, and there'll be a free, and the free is going to be to Tom O'Halloran. He fires it across to two Garrycastle players, and between them to get it, but the man that has it is Gary McCallion. McCallion getting it in again for Dolan, James Dolan. Beautiful bit of work by James Dolan. Gone aground, pushed in the back, says the referee, and the foul committed. James went for Gardner, but Gardner just wasn't alert to that one. It was a good pass by Jimmy Dolan. They're really playing well. Back again to O'Keefe. He's back wearing number 22, getting the ball and getting it out to Sam McCartan, playing very well, and away come Garrycastle again, far side of the field. They're moving it well. It's a great game of football. Conor O'Donoghue with the ball for Garrycastle. He'll drive it in for Heslin. He'll be inside. He got a hard knock early on. He's still moving round, getting it, turning, twisting, looking. Is he going to try? Ball falls away, gets up and gets it, gets the pass back out again. Ball gone in. If this goes over, it's a good not. It's into the hands of the keeper. And the keeper, of course, is Sean Brennan. Great game in that semi-final. Goes back out again to Michael Monaghan. He got a point not too long ago. Goes out in the centre of the field to Owen Mulvihill. Mulvihill tapping it across to Andrew Monaghan. This game fast and furious up and down the field. The players, very few frees in the game. And the ball gone inside now to Justin Barrett with the ball. He'll move it back out. Goes back out again to Mulvihill in the centre. Almost got ball got away from him, but away he goes on a solo run. This is good work from him now. He's trying to get through. Still Mulvihill. The referee says two hops was it. And a free out, unlucky for that, but the referee was very close by and getting it. And here come Garrycastle 4-3, one between them. When we're gone on the clock, 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes of play of this thrilling opening half here. And the man that has it out is Justin Barrett. Barrett drives it forward again now, and the Loman's players will be looking for something out of this. Moved it out on the far side of the field. Is it going to go in? They're being kept out on the far side of the field. Trying to get inside now. Is it TJ Cox trying to get it across? That's a good ball inside. It's thrown back outfield again. They're being pushed back out and they're way out in the centre of the field. O'Keefe, I'll be looking for it. And now it goes to the referee. He has said a foul committed, and John Hesden will come out to take that free. So we're just wondering now, looking across there on the far side of the field, and certainly it was the number 25 that it was Sean Flanagan, I think, that got that last ball, but the foul committed on him, and John Hesden now will throw up the little blade of grass to see what way the wind is blowing. But we can tell John there's absolutely nil wind in TAG Cusick Park, particularly up here around the stand, that I don't see the flags, not a move on them. Hesden to come. It's 4-3 in favour of Garrycastle. Will it be 4-all in just a minute as Hesden kicks a beauty? It's in, but it's out, gone away to the left and wide. Not typical of John, Gerry.
No, an unusual kicking style there. He didn't kind of kick round the corner. He kicked through the ball and never looked like it was going to go over. Most untypical of John Hesden.
Absolutely. It's good stuff. 14 minutes, 17 seconds gone. The kick out comes out, and the man that has it's the centre half back, John Gaffey. Gaffey with the ball. Under pressure. Back to Bill Kelly. He has been on the ball a lot, this man, since he started the game here. Bill Kelly, he has started instead of Adam Kennedy for the Garrycastle men. Here to come on the far side of the field. Great overturn, but the referee says illegal, Damien Barr. And there's a Garrycastle man gone to the ground and off the ball incidents, but Damien, I don't think it's going to take it. Might have been just a shove. The Garrycastle man still on the ground, and whether Damien is still telling, I think Damien saw maybe a little bit more than we did. He fell to the ground. The number 4 was Gary McCallion, Gerry.
The word for that, Gerry, the modern word is handbags.
Lovely ball inside. This is good stuff. Is there a chance on for Garrycastle to get a point? No, it's a terrible and a bad wide from Michael Munn, and he scored a hard one, and that went to the right of one.
Yeah, they're too disappointing. We've been raving about how good the standard is, but they're bad misses at both ends there. I suppose I think we're just going for the water break now, are we? We are 15 and a half minutes gone. Yeah, disappointing miss at either end, but well refereed by Damien. Common sense approach so far, and bar those last 2 misses, it's been a very good standard of football, Gerry.
Yes, 15 minutes and 27 seconds gone here, and the game just certainly a tight game. 4 points to 3. The water break just allowed about a minute for a water break, or a little bit less. Both sides are in. Of course, the start of the game, Kevin Regan didn't start for St. Loman's, and his place went to Sean Flanagan, and Paddy Dowdle didn't start. His place went to Darren O'Keefe, and on the Garrycastle side, Adam Kennedy, 13, didn't start. His place went to Bill Kelly, that's having a fine game, and 18, James Sheeran didn't start. His place went to Dornhart, and he's having a super game as well. Damien Maher out in the field. Sun shining brightly, not a breeze, as I said here on the scoreboard. 4-3. It's a low scoring game in TEG Cusick Park. The water break as good as complete. Garrycastle are moving back to take up their positions, and St. Loman's do likewise as well. 4-3, 15 minutes, 27 on the clock. The clock will be restarted in just a moment, so I say both sides will be happy enough, but certainly Garrycastle getting on a lot of ball up around the forwards, not missing too much. 3 wides to have to Loman's wide, so to our Loman's 2 wides, I think, so there's very few wides in the game, and we'll say the kick out's going to come now for St. Loman's. Jason Daly will kick this one, kicking it into the sun. It's a good kick from Daly, but is it a good one? I thought it was, but it's into the hands of Andrew Monaghan. Goes back out again, and it's gathered up on the far side of the field. We'll see now, is it Gardner that's kicking this one in? Ball got in. Oh, it's gone over the crossbar. It's a point. It was a Jimmy Dolan that was inside. It was Jimmy Dolan that was inside. Great point. Kick out one brilliantly, Gerry, by Andrew Monaghan.
Yeah, and James Dolan is raging. He punched the air in disgust there because he thought he was going to get a goal, but a point is better than nothing, as I say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And here come Garrycastle again. Lovely ball across this side of the field. A chance on here. Chance maybe of a goal. We'll have to wait and see. Shot got in. The referee. Is it in the net? It's not, but that's so close to a goal. The number 10 was in there. Tom O'Halloran. Gerry, that was as close as you could get for a goal.
Yeah, it was very close. David Whelan, I think, took the ball off the line there, and for a second it looked as if they were going to foul Tom O'Halloran, but very incisive move from Garrycastle. Their forwards are moving well here.
Absolutely. Here comes Fye again, the man that scored an early goal for Loman's in the semi-final. Gone to the midfielder. The midfielder out there is Sam McCartan. He's having a good game, and they're moving with great spirit now. Gone up towards TJ Cox. Cox been knocked off the ball, but he gathers it again. He's a small man, great player. He's getting inside TJ Cox. He's moving at great pace. He's about 35 metres or so out from goal. Cox will try to kick himself. It's going to be gathered up neatly inside, and certainly this has to be a free out. He was swung around by John Heslin in there, the cornerback, and it was Gary McCallion. Out comes the men again from Garrycastle. The men in green and red. They're playing wonderful football in this final. It's always St. Loman's who a goal could be crucial in this game. Garrycastle came nearer to getting one. Ball gone inside. Who's going to get this? It's heading for Gardner. He mightn't get it. The pass might have been just too wide for him. Can he pick? He does pick it up. Beauty from him. Lovely ball inside. Goes back out to Tom O'Halloran. O'Halloran shoots it inside. There's a chance on here. Will they try for the goal or the point? The point will do. And this time it's Michael Monaghan again, the number 7, Gerry.
Yeah, fabulous play from Alex Gardner to get possession of the ball. We thought the ball was going to roll over the line. He flicked it superbly into his hands, and a lovely move then involving Tom O'Halloran, and a fine point from Michael Monaghan. Really incisive forward play from Garrycastle anytime the ball comes up here in front of us.
Absolutely. Monaghan now with 2 points to his credit. He's wearing number 7. James Dolan's wearing 5. He has got a point, but these lads are playing more football in the forwards than they are in the back line. The mark is made, and here comes the Lomans again, and here comes Ronan O'Toole. Ronan O'Toole, they'll be depending on Ronan O'Toole. He pulled them out of danger in that semi-final when the game was going away from him. Up toward Peter Fye going out with the ball. He's roaming out the field. Lovely ball out to the far side of the field, out to Darren O'Keefe. Will O'Keefe try to point? The pass might go astray. It does go astray, and it's gathered up neatly, and away comes Garrycastle. They're more alert to Michael Monaghan. Monaghan's having a huge game out there. Can he gather this? But hand on the back, but he shakes off tackles. He's been pushed and harried, but he'll get the pass back to Gary McCallion. Gary gets it out again, and the man that has it is Owen Monaghan. Owen getting it across in the this side of the field now, and here to come again, and that's come to Bill Kelly, and Bill getting it down on this side of the field. Garrycastle are moving at great pace. Loman's now just wondering what to do with them. The man that has it is the number 10, Tom O'Halloran, getting it into the number 2, Mark McCallion. Goes back again out towards the number 9. The number 9 is Justin Barrett, and he fires it over the crossbar. What a bit of football right from the full back line.
Terrific football, and they're all footballers on that Garrycastle team, even like Mark McCallan. Again, I'd love to see him back involved with Westmeath. Ostensibly corner back, but played lovely football. They're all footballers, Gerry, and they're all capable of taking scores here.
7-3. They're gone 7-3, and that'll tell you now the dominance of Garrycastle. But here comes the men from Loman. So right, a goal off here very soon. Coming inside, they're moving it well in. Is a Cox that has it. Kick gone in. That's a very good. It's gone wide. It's gone wide. That's a bad wide, and the man that kicked it was Ronan O'Toole. Very bad wide, and not typical Ronan O'Toole.
No, he'd lots of opportunity to kick that over the bar. Untypical, as you say. He really dragged them out of the mire against Carlstown Kinnegad midway through the second half the last day, and untypical of him, Gerry, yeah.
Absolutely, kick out on its way again, and the Garrycastle men gather it up, and the man again is Gary McCallion from the kick out. He has it, he controls it well. They're able to control the football so well. Wait for players to come to them. This is a big one on the far side of the field. Can it be picked up this time? It can be picked up. No foul committed. Ball gone back in, out again. Mark McCallion's down helping again around the midfield. There's a very few Loman's players up past the 45, and Bill Kelly has this one. Very steady young player, moving it well with the red, green and red jersey and the red socks and the red boots. All prepared for this big day here. And here comes the man centre half-back, John Gaffey, a long-serving member of Garrycastle. And Gaffey would love to put his name on the score sheet, and that's what he does. A splendid from a man like John Gaffey.
Well, dare I say, Gerry, I said 2 minutes ago, all of these players are footballers, all capable of taking scores. John Gaffey is around since I was a child, it seems. He's been around forever, and a superb individual score.
Absolutely. Kick out arriving again, and Foy goes deep into the clouds for that one. Peter Foy gets it up again for O'Toole on the far side of the field. John Heslin's waiting inside. Chance going in. We're just waiting to see what happens here. Shotgun in. Ball blocked down. The keeper has it. Brilliant bit of work, Jason Daly. But it was Jack Donoghue and Mark McCallion that were all in there. Certainly goal looked written all over as Ronan O'Toole raced in. John Heslin was waiting as well. Didn't get it. And there's lots of red jerseys again here. And coming out with it is that man again, Bill Kelly. A lovely player. He's soaring from left to right, waiting for the opportunity to pass it. And certainly Garrycastle now playing ducks and drakes, I have to say. There's 2 against 1 here, but Alex Gardner beats the 2 against 1. He's waiting for an opportunity. They're in no hurry whatsoever to get rid of the ball. They're waiting for the good opportunity to come. The chance coming in. This is Mike Monaghan again. If this is a point, it's a splendid point. And that's one of the points of the afternoon, Gerry.
That's his 3rd point, I reckon, at this stage. And, you know, shooting with great accuracy. Again, I'm repeating myself a bit, but Alex Gardner, fundamental in that, took his time, looked across the pitch, picked out Monaghan, and a superb finish.
Absolutely. And we see, yes, gone into the side. Gone in is Kevin Regan that didn't start for the men for St. Loman's, and gone off is right, Sheeran. So that's the change already, Gerry.
It is, yeah. Well, Declan Kelly has to do something at the moment. Garrycastle are well on top, so action has to be taken, Gerry.
Absolutely. Here come Lomans, but they're champions, and certainly they're good champions. They're a very good football team. Back with play again out on the far side of the field. O'Keefe to the midfielder, Sam McCartan. He's involved a lot, McCartan. Will he go himself with this one? He will. He'll probably try to kick himself, Sam Carton. He kicks it to the right and kicks it out and wide, and I think on my reckoning 4 wides. 4 wides to 3 wides. That's the statistics of this Westmeath Senior Football final with 23 and the clock on. And certainly it's top class football from start to finish. On the scoreboard, it's 9-3 on the scoreboard. And in case you just joined us, the challengers Garrycastle are leading, but goalkeeper Sean Brennan is down injured. Gerry, it must have been the time that ball was blocked when it was so close to being a goal. But Damien Marr has gone in to see what is wrong or how things is going. And Gerry, I see you have a new book coming out at the end of the month, and certainly it looks so well. Lots of photographs and lots of stuff in it, and of course it's a book sponsored by the Moore family, Westmeath in New York.
Yeah, thanks, Gerry. Yeah, it's actually profiles that have already written for the Westmeath Examiner of 17 former players. A lot of people said to me they liked them, maybe you'd put them together in a book. So I said if someone comes on board with a few quid, I'll do that. And the Moore family, great sponsors of Westmeath GA, contributed 20 grand there a few months back when that little kitty for the move-a-thon thing wasn't going that well. So John Moore in New York and all his brothers contributed, and hopefully it goes well. Incidentally, their very talented nephew Connor got married yesterday in Donegal. Wonderful, world-class impressionist, in fact. So I'm sure there's a few sore heads in Donegal today, but I've no doubt they'll be tuned in to the match either on television or radio.
Certainly, Gerry, we wish you the very best of luck with that book. It looks splendid. So the kick-out play going to be resumed now. Sean Brennan seems to be okay. Damien Marr went in to have a look at him and see what happened in that incident inside. No goal in the game. 9-3 in favour of Garrycastle on the clock. There's 24 minutes gone. The kick-out's arriving. Garrycastle, Jimmy Dolan went for that one. He did get it. Jimmy Dolan, did he touch it on the ground? He did. But how he got in, I don't know. He risked his life diving in at that one. But that's James Dolan for you. The free free comes back and it's gathered by Sam McCartan. I've mentioned them umpteen times in the game. Out to Kevin Regan that has just arrived on the scene. Peter Foy has it now, and not so dominant today as he was in that semi-final. But Loman's now piling on the pressure. John Heslin, well, I have to say John has only got about 1 or 2 balls. You might get this one. It's knocked away from him, John Heslin. He's got up. Is there players round him? The referee watches on. He's trying to get inside John Heslin. He gets his free, but he had to work so hard.
You took the words out of my mouth. You had to work very, very hard for that, Gerry. And John is heavily strapped. I spoke to him there for the Westmeath Examiner ahead of the match, and he's been carrying an injury for a while, very heavily strapped, and will always be the subject of a lot of attention, whether it's wearing the blue jersey of Loman's or the maroon jersey of Westmeath. But he did well to get his free there, but he deserved the free.
Absolutely, John Heslin. He has scored 1 already. The opening point for him hasn't been that dominant in the game, carrying an injury for a long, long time. Heslin coming up this. He pops it over.
On. Under pressure when they have him on.
So 26 minutes gone on the clock now. Ball blocked down. Garrycastle will win this one, or will they? Well, they should have won that one. Didn't win it. Follow has it for the St. Lomans. Here comes St. Lomans. The score line is 5 between them, 9-4. Not a big score in football. A goal would change the whole thing if they got it. Foy has it. He's on the 50-metre line. He's racing through. Peter Foy, he'll try to kick himself. Foy kicks a good one. It's gone in and gone to the left and wide. It's wide number 5 for St. Lomans, and certainly they have their shooting boots on.
They haven't, and they're after making a significant substitution. Very unusual for a team to make 2 subs other than injuries in the first half, but we see the veteran Paddy Dowdall has just come on, and he's been allocated on Alex Gardner. Now, he's given a good few years to Alex Gardner, but he won't give anything in terms of experience, and Gardner has been running riot. Not convinced that the man who was taken off, Conor O'Donoghue, should have been the man to go, but I'm not picking the team, but certainly Paddy Dowdall was the man to bring on.
And Paddy Dowdall is on, one of the greats of Clonkill in hurling, and certainly we have to see 2 minutes of added on time to be played. That's what's to be played here. We're 27 on the clock gone. They have announced the time pretty early, so it's 9-4, and it's Garrycastle that's in the driving seat again on the far side of the field. That man Michael Monaghan with 3 points, wearing 7 on his back. Lovely ball out into the centre. Tackle's been made, dragged and pulled, and it's going to be a free, and the free is to Garrycastle on the 45-metre line. Loman's beginning to do a little bit, a lot of fouling now. This is a lovely ball across to Tom O'Halloran. O'Halloran with it. He's 40 metres out. A hard one to score, Tom O'Halloran. He might try to make one inside. He gets it in. A beauty in. Comes back out. The man that has it is Jimmy Dolan's shot, curling to the right. It's gone over. No, it's wide. It's gone wide. Jimmy Dolan's calling that it's a point, but I think it was wide.
I think it was wide as well, Gerry. Now, we've a very good view of it here, and I'm convinced that was wide.
Look from here that it was wide, but Garrycastle not too happy with it, so it's 4 wide for Garrycastle. Good move down. Certainly Lomans will get the kick out. Fola has it on the far side of the field. He's looking for someone. He scored a blistering goal in injury at the time. He gets Peter Foy. Foy picks it up. Foy picks it up and goes back again out towards TJ Cox. TJ Cox racing through 45-50 metres out. Still TJ Cox. Will he try to go for the score himself or get it in around Heslin? TJ Cox with a huge one, and that'll be a great point. It's a beauty from TJ Cox. He went for it himself. Didn't seem he was going to take it, but I think Gerry were after being confirmed that was a wide ball.
Ah, yeah, definitely was a wide ball. And TJ Cox, that's a marvellous point. That's an inspirational point. You know, a lot of people, when they talk about the Lomans attack, they tend to hone in on John Heslin and Ronan O'Toole, but TJ Cox is a serious player as well, and they needed that. They needed a lift of that very good score.
9-5 now, Gerry. I think that'd be right.
Correct.
9-5. The sun shining on the scoreboard, but here come Garrycastle, but they're dominant so far. Lovely ball down, and again it's Monaghan with it. Michael back to centre half back. Gaffey got his score. Dornhart, the experienced Dorn, back to Gaffey back to Bill Kelly, and certainly this Bill Kelly has been playing Very good football. Getting it back on the far side of the field. No goals in the game. A chance of a goal came at both sides, but it was knocked away. Comes back out again, and here comes the man, is Tom O'Halloran. O'Halloran trying to kick it inside, gets it into James Dolan. Dolan with it, and Dolan's been pulled and held up, and Jimmy Dolan can't get out with it, but he gets his pass across on the far side of the field. Chance going on here. Here come Garrycastle. They're moving well. They're trying to get in. Tom O'Halloran gets the pass back again towards Gardner. The referee says no, held on too long, and it'll be a free out, and Garrycastle maybe not too happy with that. Here comes Loman's 30 on the clock gone. There's 2 added on minutes to be gone, so it's a 9-5 here in TEG Cusick Park, and the ball coming up the field. St. Loman's now will launch an attack. O'Keefe's running Dara this side of the field, hoping something will come his way if they see him, but he's being well marshalled now by Michael Monaghan covering up. But Loman's now moving this one well. Gone back on the far side of the field. Garrycastle will overturn this one. That's good work by Garrycastle. They move it down into the centre. They'll be looking for scores as comes down to hard out into the centre of the field. Good work. They're looking for Gardner. The man that has it is Mark McCallion. A score would be valuable for either side coming to half time. Gone on the far side of the field now is gone in. James Dolan going in. Didn't get it. The referee said he touched it on the ground. Is there going to be a free out, or is it half time? It is half time. Gerry at half time. It's 9-5. There was maybe a few seconds left to go, but that won't really matter. Garrycastle can be happy enough at half time, because coming into this game, a lot of people would really be fancying St. Loman's because they're good champions. They're bidding for 2 on the trot. They had a bad start to the championship, lost their opening 2 games. Garrycastle certainly didn't blow anyone away early on in the championship, but came very good at the end. But in this game, Gerry, they're playing really some top class football.
Yeah, but as John Heston said to me in the piece for the Westmeath Examiner, any player would take what we call stuttering along through the round robin once you get to the knockout stages and then click into year then. And that's basically what both of these teams have done. Garrycastle well deserving of their 4 points lead at half time. Couple of points there towards the end for Lomans have kept them in it. Now 4 points isn't a huge lead, but so far Garrycastle the better team, better balanced team, more incisive in attack, and you know, the last day against Kinnegad, Lomans needed big performances from John Heston and Ronan O'Toole, but Heston was brought out to midfield and O'Toole firing an attack, and they're going to need the same again, Gerry.
Absolutely. At half time in TEG Cusick Park in the Westmeath Senior Football Final, a thrilling opening half here, but at half time Garrycastle lead on a score of 9 points to St. Loman's, the champions, on 4 and 5 points. 4 between them at half time. It's back to the studio.
They're the better team now. Yeah. I tipped them to win. Conor McKenna was a big run. I'm under pressure here.
All right.
I'll talk to you.
Talk to you now.
Better team ahead.
Ah, yeah, go on up.
Yeah.
Gardner has them in his pocket. Huh? But they're very patient on the ball.
Oh, yeah. 3-2 up Loman, and Garrycastle got the next 7 points.
7 points, yeah.
So 7 unanswered points between the 9th and the 25th minute.
Five points to 4 in Tullamore with 15 minutes left to go. And a low scoring game.
No, I didn't score 8 points in a row. It's scored 7 in a row. That's nice. It was Cox that nearly got in that time, not O'Toole. It was Cox that nearly got in. When you said O'Toole,
Yeah.
it was actually Cox, yeah. Well, he did everything at the other end. Same. You need Castle and O'Toole to come good, won't they?
Hey, Gerry.
They need the two boys to click. Need more from Heston or Joel.
Hey.
Otherwise, we're beating Docker.
Isn't Bill Kelly having some game?
These lads, as I said to you, we talk and tell you, we haven't heard it. They're all really good footballers, aren't they?
That's not the same.
Pardon?
Football about.
But this is in the sub. 25.
No.
Wide.
4 was fine.
Might have been all right.
Just this is in the sub.
Never knows that.
No.
That's the gimmick, is it? That's like gimmick, is it?
Is it there?
Would be 5 minutes and 10 minutes.
Oh, well, I heard that there were.
You won't need them. Discontinue. No, they won't. Discontinue.
So back here in the second half, and the game just on 9-5 at half time, and from the throw in the ball went up. Garrycastle almost in for a score, but went out for a 45. So there's a 45-metre kick now to Garrycastle's Sean Brennan. Brennan to kick it in, going in, half block down, gathered up. Jimmy Dolan is in there, certainly Dolan with it, gets it back out to Gardner. Gardner gathers it neatly, he's under pressure, Gardner. Will he get it back? Has he anyone to pass it? We'll have to wait and see. Good work by James Dolan is in there, I have to say. Gardner still coming through, shooting it in. Yes, it's a goal! What a score!
Wide.
I said wide. We're waiting to see. I thought it was in the net wide. Gerry, I was was in.
No, the umpire, in fairness, had his hands up quickly, so I don't think there'll be any dispute there. But very nearly what would have been a huge lift for Garrycastle. And again, Alex Gardner at the end of it there, but the umpire had signalled wide.
Absolutely. It looked blistering the net. Shook, I'm sure it was in it. But here come Garrycastle from the kick out again. And certainly, I thought certainly the foul was committed, and the man that had it was Michael Monaghan. He's having some afternoon for Garrycastle, and certainly a score at this point of the game for Garrycastle now. Who's going to take it? It's that man wearing number 14, Alex Gardner, 2 points, but he's having a storming game. This man wearing number 14, the red and green and red jersey and the red boots and the red socks, all kitted out for today, the county final. 9-5 at half time. That's the way it stands after 2.5 minutes of the second half. Gardner's kick. Oh, it's a very poor kick. He'll be very disappointed with that, Alex Gardner. Gone to the right and wide. 2 good chances maybe for Garrycastle now in the second half. Gone a begging, 1 for St. Loman's. The kick out will be crucial. We'll have to see where this will fall. So this game is far from over. 4 points, nothing in a game of football against champions like Garrycastle. But that's a huge one. And the man gathering it was Follow in the centre of the field. He came to the fore last week. He's moving well again, Follow. And the man is TJ Cox being pulled back. Play on, says the referee. Still TJ Cox, the referee, is giving the free in. But certainly Follow having an influence.
He is, and TJ Cox at the moment is probably contributing more in attack than John Heston and Ronan O'Toole. And I repeat myself here, but they need big performances from those 2 lads to get over the line here. TJ Cox, small player, as you said, small in size, big heart, and a very gutsy little player, and he won a good free there.
Absolutely. John Heslin with a free. Certainly bread and butter stuff for John. Is about 30 metres out, but often kicks like that. He kicked one bad wide in the opening half, but I doubt it if he'll kick this one wide. 9-5. It'll be 9-6 in just a moment. First score of the second half about to come with 4 minutes almost gone in the half, and John Heslin's kick gone away, way to the right, Gerry. It was easier kick it over than kick it wide.
Well, it wasn't a simple free, but it was a simple free by John Hestlin's standard, and it was well wide. I see Shane Dempsey coming on the team here for St. Loman's, away on his travels for a while. He might bring a bit of liveliness to the St. Loman's attack, which has been a bit flat so far, and he's coming on for Peter Foy.
Absolutely, Peter Foy going off. Shane Dempsey is on, so that's a change now. Dempsey wearing number number 24 on the Gerry and St. Loman's team. Ball gone out the field. That's a great ball caught outside by going up was John Gaffey, gone to the ground. The referee's going over. What's he going to do? Is he going to throw the ball in? But John Gaffey took a heavy knock there going for that when he looked to have control of the ball. Is the referee having a word with Follow? He is. Damien Marr was very close to that. It's going to be a free. But Gerry, 2 misses for Lomans were crucial there. Peter Fye won, John Heslin won, and lucky that Garrycastle maybe weren't in for a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. A yellow card, incidentally, for Fola there, full eye in. I think that's the first yellow card of the game. Sensible referee and all through from Damien Marr. Yeah, Lomans really have been a bit flat in attack, and unless they can get a bit of inspiration, they're in real trouble here. Early days, a full 25 minutes to go, nearly a half an hour to go, but Garrycastle well worth their 4-point lead.
Yes, there's no change in the score from half time. It's still 9-4 and we're gone 5 minutes and a half into the second half here now, and there's a lot of fouls being committed by both sides, and this time it's a second free to Garrycastle in the space of a couple of seconds, as Follow was booked there a moment ago for a foul, and John Gaffey got a yellow card. Now we have a free about 40 metres or so out from goal, but certainly Garrycastle still look dominant. Here they come. A score is crucial in this game now. Racing through is O'Halloran. He was blocked down. O'Halloran still blocked down. Shot gone in. Oh, another wide. Ball got out and wide, and one looked that there was certainly a score, and if Garrycastle, Gerry, are to lose this game and to look at the chances that have gone a begging, that was surely they should have got a point out of that.
Yeah, I think it was Justin Barrett hooked it wide. Tom O'Halloran nearly in for a point. Standard of football in the second half so far hasn't been on a par with the first half.
Absolutely. Here comes again O'Toole. Lovely ball inside. The man that has it now is the cornerback David Whelan. Whelan will sends it back out to Dempsey with the shot going. Oh, a terrible wide again.
Very poor wide from Shane Dempsey. I know he's just on the pitch, but he'll be disappointed with that. I remember him scoring 7 points from playing a county final here not too many years ago. I suppose the year away, he needed a bit of sharpening up, but that was a poor effort. And I repeat myself, the first 7 minutes of this second half has been in sharp contrast with the first 7 of the first half.
Absolutely, a lot of bad misses. Here comes the kick out coming from Sean Brennan. Brennan with a huge one to the centre of the field. Up the go and down the come. Can Garrycastle win it? They will win it. Ball going up the field. But it's heading Loman's battling back to get this one, or can they get it back there? Trying to get it back is Mike Monaghan. He won't get this one. Garrycastle will come away with it. Good defending by Garrycastle. There are a lot of pressure Garrycastle putting on, or Loman's putting on Garrycastle here. Bill Kelly trying to keep out the Garrycastle. Gone out now again towards Dempsey. He's turning, he's pressing. This time it'll go in. It'll go over the crossbar, or will it? It's going. That's a dangerous ball. It's gone. Is it gone wide? We have to wait. Yes, it is. A very dangerous ball, Gerry.
Yeah, it was. But at the end of the day, it's no score for St. Lomans. I mean, little tap there from anybody, and that could have ended up in the net. But at the end of the day, it drifted harmlessly wide, and not a good start for Shane Dempsey. Just put him on a quick hello to a great Westmeath Gael, Jim Dalton from Milltown. Never misses a game. He's at home in bed. He asked me to get him a programme. I have it got for you, Jim.
So that's good. Hello, Jim. So wait. Here comes Follow now. This is a chance. He got a great goal in the semi-final. Follow, has he got it away? He has. Shotgun in, and it's another terrible wide. Ronan O'Toole putting that one to the right and putting it out and wide. Missing, certainly. Huge misses, Gerry.
Yeah, a bit closer than the other two, but at the end of the day, doesn't matter whether you're an inch wide or 10 yards wide, it's a wide, and we thought Ronan would swing that in, and we really need to see a lot more from him. If, I'm repeating myself now, really the second half has been a bit disjointed, Gerry. One team really has to get this game by the scruff of the neck now.
Absolutely. Kick out again. Lovely ball one. Up this side of the field. Here come Garrycastle. They're under pressure. Pressure gone back again, and the man that has it is the number 12, and the number 12 of course is Owen Monaghan. Under pressure, gets it back to Bill Kelly. I spoke of Bill Kelly so much in this game. He's having a wonderful game. Lovely ball up to Michael Monaghan, another great star Monaghan. But Garrycastle finding it hard to get the range and getting the scores, not as free-flowing as the opening half. They'll come back with that when they go into centre forward, Andrew Monaghan. Monaghan throws it back again, out to Bill Kelly. Bill Kelly fires in a lovely ball on the far side of the field to Gardner. Can Gardner control this one? He's very near the line, Gardner. Oh, it's gone out for a 45 or a line ball. I think it's off of is it gone off a Loman's player? I think it is, yes. It's going in. It'll be a line ball. Garrycastle lucky to get that, Gerry.
Yeah, but Alex Gardner, in fairness, the very same happened in the first half in front of us here. It looked as if he'd no chance of getting the ball. In the first half, he came away with the ball. Here, he got a sideline out of it. A clever player.
This is a huge ball across to the far side. Hits the post, gone back out. Chance, if it had to be anyone there. But Lomans are lucky there. Out to come with it. The man that came out with it, was it Paddy Dowdle that got it and got it out. Paddy Dowdle in the game from early on the first half. Here come no score in the second half. And here comes fullback O'Shea and Hogan with the ball down the field. It's overturned again. And Garrycastle have it. A lot of balls being given away on both sides. Bill Kelly has it again. Still Bill Kelly. Wonderful game he's having. If there's a man of the match, he'll be a contender for it. And certainly goes back to him again, Bill Kelly. He's everywhere. Out to Mark McCallion. Comes across on this side of the field, Andrew Monaghan. Monaghan with the ball. Getting it back again. He still has it in his hands. He was going to pass it. He's still solering across the field. Who he's looking for someone. This side of the field. It comes back out. And the man that's going to gather it up is Doran Hart. Hart gets it hard to control it. But gets it up the field. But the referee says ball given away. Doran Hart will be disappointed with that one. Ball on the far side of the field. Doran Hart was there when they won their first title in 2001. That's not today or yesterday. This would be a wonderful day for him if he was to win this one. Ball gone in, but here come Lomans. They're not giving up easily. Ball fired out. They're being pushed out the field. Comes back to Ronan O'Toole. O'Toole with it now. What will he try? Gets it inside. Lovely ball inside towards John Heslin. Heslin trying to get back inside. Still John Heslin. Still Heslin. He's been pushed out. Still John Heslin trying to get inside. Still John Heslin. He's been fouled in the end. But good work by Jack Donoghue. He didn't let him in for the goal.
He didn't, and you'd have to say, relative to John Heslin's normal level of excellence, I think he's carrying that injury a bit. He's just not quite himself today, Gerry. Now, he still won the free there, but he's just not as mobile or as lively as we've come to expect. But there's a lot of time left in this game.
Absolutely. This would make it a 3-point game. This would be the first score of the second half. 9-5 at half time. We're 12 minutes gone into the second half. John Heslin to put the first score of the second half on the scoreboard, and that's what he does, and it could be a crucial score, Gerry.
They got only 3 points in it, Game needed that score. It's disappointing to see a county senior football final, 12 minutes of the second half without a score. So I hope that helps to liven up the contest. It's gone very flat, Gerry.
Absolutely. So Garrycastle had their chances, didn't get their scores. There's a huge kick out again, and trying to get it is the Garrycastle man. He's under pressure. Referee watches on. No foul committed, says the referee. Garrycastle might still win it. They do win it. Pushed to the ground. McCallion with the ball, trying to come away with it. He's under pressure, but he's been fouled, and it's a free. And the free's on the far side of the field. Who's going to take this one? Is it Markham Self? It is the cornerback. Lovely ball. Oh, a terrible ball from Mark McCallion. Right into the hands of a Loman's player. And certainly you'd have to say that Garrycastle are going to sleep in the second half towards the opening half. Here comes TJ Cox. Cox with the ball, long way out. But Garrycastle beginning to fade a little. Did they do too much in that opening half? Jimmy Dolan's gone back to help. Ball gone through here now. There'll be a 2-point game if they get something, and maybe more to come. The man that has it is the number 9. Lovely ball across to Heslin again. John getting it inside. Ball gone down. Gone back again to the number 12, and it's gone over. Is it TJ Cox that popped it over? Lovely score, but Gerry, a terrible mistake by Garrycastle.
Yeah, most untypical, and good reply there from St. Loman's. Sam McCartan to John Heslin to TJ Cox, who's having a fine game, and the gap is now only 2 points, Gerry, very little.
Jason Nugent in the game for Garrycastle. So it's 9-7 now. And the kick out will come. Garrycastle have failed to score. No win whatsoever here in in TEG Cusick Park. Again, it's Aheen. That's Jason Nugent. Doran Hart gets that one. Foul committed again. Nothing going right for Garrycastle. The pass was made, but here comes St. Lomans. They're in the driving seat now. They're only 2 behind. There were 4 at half time. There were 4. 9-5. So here come Lomans again. They're really piling on the pressure. They know there's a victory inside. Ball gone inside. This is a chance on now in front of goal. Is there one between them? And it's gone wide. Another bad wide. Very bad wide again by Dempsey, kicking that wide. It's 9-7-2 between them, a dangerous lead. But certainly Garrycastle have completely gone out of the game.
They have a bit, yeah. And I mean, if this was the Shane Dempsey of a few years ago, St. Lomans would probably be in front. He's had 3 bad wides by his standards. But Loman's very much back in contention here now. Garrycastle need a score urgently.
Absolutely. Here's John Gaffey. John Gaffey, he's been fouled and pushed and dragged and has to get a free. And certainly Garrycastle, Lomans are not happy, but he was fouled on 2 or 3 occasions. There was no getting away from it. And the referee, Damien Marr, very close to the sideline. Here comes the free by Justin Barrett now. What can Garrycastle do? They've given away a few overturned on a couple of occasions. They're not getting through to goal. We'll have to wait and see. This one is gone across. There's another terrible ball gone inside again. Given away again. The passing of Garrycastle, that was a by, and certainly the referee is a free, and this time it was Kevlin Riley that came out, committed a foul, but certainly Garrycastle now are in a little bit of bother. We'll have to see. On the sideline is Gary McCallion here. Was he receiving? Yes, he has the football. He's going to take the free, but nothing going right. They're passing, certainly have gone out of the game completely, but they take the short free. Goes back again to Gary McCallion. He's the corner back. He's trying to get up, and if that's not a free, certainly a lot of clumsy fouling, we have to say, going on now, and particularly there in the last 3 or 4 minutes. 3 frees awarded to Garrycastle, but they have made nothing out of them. Jimmy Dolan is out. Alex Gardner is out. What's he going to do? Is he going to try and get a point back to leave it 9-10-7? Leave it a 3-point game, that if the goal were to come, we've a lot of time left. 16 minutes and 10 seconds left. Gone in the second half, and Gardner with the kick. That's a huge one if it goes. That's a huge point, Gerry. It could be a very important.
Fabulous point, and badly needed. I mean, they're after going. I think that's the water break now. Yeah. They badly need that score. First score of the second half for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Needed that. First quarter was very poor compared to the first half. That first quarter was very poor.
Terrible.
Just wicked poor.
Japers.
No. 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 Fair shoulder.
That's a great score from TJ Cox.
What do you think? Garrycastle should hang on. Should hang on. Garrycastle should. Yeah, should. They need. Heston's not right. You can see he's just not right. Jeez, I thought he was playing well. I thought Bill Kelly was playing very well.
Taking off Kelly.
He was in my top two here.
Kelly,
Yeah.
top man.
Yes. That's a strange one. Cosgrove, is it? Does Cosgrove come on 21, isn't it? Yeah. He hasn't appeared in a while.
10-8, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to read it now, isn't it?
Yes, there's two between them. TJ Cox just after popping over a point, and Garrycastle under severe pressure. They're being pushed back towards their own goals. Ball on the far side of the field. They might get out of danger here. That was intended to go across, but Mark McCallion did get it, and he's gone a long way up the field with it now. Scores are vital, but remember that Garrycastle have only scored one point in that second half, so it's 10-8. Is that gone out to the right and gone out and wide? It is another bad wide, Gerry.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm saying it regularly here, but standard of play in the second half, way short of what we saw in the first half. Probably the prize at stake now getting to the lads. They're both experienced sets of players, but they realise the enormity of the next 10 minutes, and a lot of ragged old football, Gerry.
A lot of ragged, a lot of fouling, a lot of pulling. But here come Loman. Don't write them off. They're a team that can pull games out of the fire when they're in trouble. They'll come again. There's only two between them. TJ Cox, a great point a moment ago. Still Cox with the left boot again. Cox. This one's curling in. Where is it going? The keeper will watch this one. The sun is in his eyes, but he gathers it. But Garrycastle had chances of a few scores, didn't avail of them. They're certainly getting it very hard to get out of their full back line now, but they're moving well again. Ball on this side of the field. Jason Nugent with it. A fresh player that has come on. Gets it across on the far side of the field. Out to a play. Conor Cosgrove that has just come into the game for Bill Kelly. Back to Nugent again. Will fresh legs make a difference? Gardner that was almost in for a goal. Coming for this one. Gardner has it. He's moving well, Gardner. He's turning on the left side. And that's gone over. That's a splendid. That's a good point.
Class point. You know, Paddy Dowdle had them reasonably well shackled for a while, but that's a great score. And I see that James Sheeran is coming on for Garrycastle, and he's replacing Michael Monaghan, who's had, and again, a little bit surprising, no more than Bill Kelly being replaced, Michael Monaghan being replaced. Both have played very well, but fresh legs for the last few minutes.
Yes, it's 11-8 now. That's the score, 11-8. So certainly we'll have to see. The next couple of scores are vital, but we can't see even the time on the scoreboard with the sun shining in on it now. But the score is 11-8. We can tell you that's exactly the score here. We have about, on the clock, I haven't rightly know, see what time, Gerry, would there be gone? Is there
22 gone.
22 gone on the clock, so we still have lots of playing time. Referee, ball out in the centre field. John Heslin gets that one, and John gets the free. Gets it inside to TJ Cox. The engineer gets it back to Folo. He's on his way. Brilliant goal in the drawing game. Gets it back in. Cox again. This time has gone to the left and gone out and wide. A snapshot from TJ Cox, but John Heslin was at the inspirational out there. He got the kick out, gathered it neatly and down, and Cox put it out to the left and wide. Garrycastle, 23 on the clock, on heading for 23, 22 on the clock. And a few seconds plus 23 now when we have 3 between them. It's 11 points to 8 in favour of the challengers, Garrycastle. And here's a bad kick out. Yes, certainly is a bad kick out. Referee watches TJ Cox with it again. Gone back in the centre of the field. Here comes Ronan O'Toole. O'Toole trying to get inside. Still Ronan O'Toole. Shot gone in. Oh, brilliant bit of goalkeeping. Come out this side of the field. And that wind was so close. But here come Garrycastle. They're trying to get out with this one. No way out, says the referee. Gerry, great save.
Yeah, great save. He hadn't very little room to shoot there, and you'd fancy Sean Brennan to save that there, and he would have been disappointed if he hadn't saved it. But at the same time, the save had to be made. So it's still a very, very tight game here, Gerry. 6 minutes of normal time left, so I suppose 8 or 9 altogether, all to play for. But Garrycastle at this stage in the ascendancy and look likely to get the win, but we never know.
Gerry, but that was a short kick out. We don't like them.
You know me and them, Gerry.
Certainly do. We saw it happening last night in the hurling county final in Parnell Park in the Dublin final. Here comes Garrycastle trying to get upfield. Player gone ground, fouled and gone down, and it'll be a free, and the free is out for Garrycastle. They're leading by 3. The sun has disappeared. The scoreboard's visible to see. 24:48 is the time on the board. It's 11:8. That's what we had here. There's 3 between them, and Garrycastle are leading, and Garrycastle now are into the ascendancy. In front of goal is a Jimmy Dolan. Ball gone inside. It's gone out and wide. That's a terrible miss when you put your book on James Dolan.
You would, yeah, not like him, but as I say, for some reason, even experienced players, the enormity of the prize at stake here, even experienced players are making mistakes you wouldn't expect of them.
Absolutely. Here come Lomans again. They're splitting open now, Garrycastle. Ronan O'Toole with it. There's no one inside, but still O'Toole, he's going. Mark McCallion is after him. Still Ronan O'Toole, still racing through, has the ball, waiting to see what happens. Heslin has it, and it's gone over. There's 2 between them. Should have been a score of 1 at the other end for Garrycastle. Lomans have it down to 2 now here, and Gerry, it's certainly all to play for. 20 and lots of time left.
Yeah, John Heston's first score from play. Not just maybe the John Heston we've come to know, but at the same time, a quality finish there. He's alternating between midfield and the forward line. I suppose they want him both places. He can't be both, but Lomans would like to see more scores like that from him.
Absolutely. Ball blocked down. Garrycastle have it. Player that wins it here now. That's the ball gone inside. Can Garrycastle gather this one? We'll just have to wait and see. Ball. Terrible ball gone down to the right and wide. You wonder, does any team deserve to win, Gerry, when you kick balls like that?
Well, yeah, standard shooting has been very poor in the second half. At the same time, Garrycastle, while they'd be disappointed not to have scored, they've wasted another half a minute.
Absolutely. Here comes John Heslin. He's on the 50-metre line. Heslin to Follow. Follow's driving through. This big man, very strong in attack, getting it across on the far side of the field. There might be just 1 point in it in a minute, because Heslin has it. John trying to get through. Still John Heslin gets a free in, and certainly he could be a match winner, John Heslin. This will be 1 between them, Gerry.
It surely will. Yes, the right side for John. Amazed if this doesn't go over the bar.
Absolutely. A Garrycastle team that looked home and dry maybe for long periods, but only scoring 2 points in that second half, and they had so many chances. And the ball gone over the crossbar from John Heslin, and certainly John Heslin has pulled them back from the brink again, and Declan Kelly will be happy on the line. And of course, Gerry, there'll be no extra time. It's a replay if it finishes level.
Yeah, a good friend of mine has money on the draw here. I know what he's thinking at this stage. It's a distinct possibility, Gerry.
It's a distinct possibility, is right. We'll have to just wait and see who's going to win this one. But Lomans have it again. Paddy Dowdle got that one, comes back to the centre half back. It was Cavlin Riley. They're racing through again. Chance on here now. Ball out in the centre. Maybe the chance for Ronan O'Toole, the equaliser. It's gone into the hands of the keeper. And the keeper again is Sean Brennan. And Sean Brennan with it. Can Garrycastle steady this ship at all now? It's beginning to sink. But maybe they can solve some problems again on the far side of the field. They come away with it. Jason Nugent is the man that has it, wearing number 23. Young player flying through now. Still Nugent going through. still been turned over and fouled, and this is certainly a critical free now for Garrycastle. 30 metres out from goal, or maybe a little with it, and certainly this is a free, and time ticking into the 28th minute, and Gerry, this is certainly a crucial free.
Yeah, as you said, 30 minutes initially, and then you said a little bit weighted. Yeah, good bit weighted. Now it's nearer 40 than it is 30, and this will take a bit of scoring. The linesman is coming on to tell Damien Marr the additional time here, but I'm not sure who's going to take this. It could be Tom O'Halloran with the left foot, but he's near enough the 45-metre line. Very difficult free.
Difficult free, and we'll tell you about the time, but we'll wait for the free as Tom O'Halloran and certainly Garrycastle hold their breath, and it's gone in and gone over. It was Conor Cosgrove that came on, kicked the free. Crucial free, Gerry.
Crucial free. We all remember him doing it in the Leinster Club final for Garrycastle. Hasn't appeared in a while. Very good left foot on him.
Absolutely. Jimmy Dolan knocks that one away, but it knocks into the hands of a Garrycastle, of a St. Loman's player. And here they come Lomans. Fowler has it, moving inside. Ball moved across on this side of the field. The man trying to get it there is number 21, is Ken Casey. Casey gets it back into the centre, goes back again to the centre half back, and he pops it in and over the bar. That's Calvin Riley.
Yeah, good score from Calvin Riley. We know him as a hurler with Clonkill as well, no more than Paddy Dowdall, and just down to the bare minimum again. And another sub. I don't believe it. Desi Dolan's coming on.
Desi Dolan in the game for Garrycastle. Can the evergreen Desi pull this when a man that retired a couple of years ago? Desi Dolan in the game, retired in 2019. There was talks of him being back on the team. Him and Calvin Riley is having a little bit of a fisticuff there, and we'll just have to wait and see. So certainly the referee, is he calling Desi? We'll just have to wait and see. It's a card apiece, I think, for both of them, and that's what it is. A card, calling a card, and Desi's not too happy. What time was on the clock, Gerry? The extra time?
Extra 2, I think. The 2 was called.
3 minutes, so there's 30 gone. There's 30 gone, and here come Garrycastle. Can they stroll out this 3 minutes? We'll just have to wait and see. The keeper has it. Comes on this side of the field. There's a player over here. Can Garrycastle weather the storm? They're a long way from this county finals, still not over. This is Jimmy Dolan. The point he missed. And certainly, can he work something here? We'll just have to wait and see. Ball gone back in. Gone back to the cornerback. The cornerback's Gary McCallion. McCallion shot gone in. Gone back out. Player that has it now is at Cosgrove. Kicking it in, but that's not going to go over. It is. It's gone over. It's James Sheeran that came on. There's 2 between them. What's on the scoreboard? 31 and some seconds left. Desi Dolan in the game. Is it to be another county medal for him? We'll have to wait and see. Ball on the far side of the field. Gone out. It's close to the sideline, but it's in Garrycastle's territory. We'll just have to see. 13-11. That's the score here. In no goals being scored in the game, and we're what on the clock, Gerry? Heading for 32 minutes on the clock. Very hard to see it. Yeah. But is there a late score in
about 90 seconds of injury time left, Gerry?
90 seconds. Garrycastle come with it, but here come the men from St. Lomas. They have it. Is there a foul committed? There is a foul, says the referee, and he'll be calling back James Dolan. James Dolan will get a card. It'll be a yellow. So what's Garrycastle going to do here, or St. Lomas going to do? Are they going to look to drop it in or put it over the crossbar, and maybe there'll be time left? We'll just have to wait and see. 30 heading for the 33rd minute. John Heslin with it. There could be extra time. It's 13 points to 11, 13-12 if Heslin pops this one over the crossbar. There still might be time for St. Loman's to pull this one. We'll just have to wait and see. The ball is going in. John Heslin kicks it high. John Heslin kicks it straight and over the crossbar. 1 between them. So this is crucial juncture of the game, Gerry.
Oh gosh, this is a very important kick out. We've been talking for years about the importance of the kick outs. They're really strictly only 30 seconds of injury time left, but as you know, that can often extend to a little more. So Sean Brennan will be very keen to find a colleague with this kick out.
Absolutely. John Heslin is out here as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's a huge, huge one. Way up the field. Who's going to gather it? And it's Alex Gardner. Gardner waited. Desi's inside as well. We'll just have to wait and see. Still Gardner gone through. Shotgun in. And it's blocked down. Did he go for a goal? We'll just have to wait and see. He must have had, but here comes St. Loman. There's still time left for them to pull this one out of the fire. The ball back in their own half the field. Foul committed, not committed. Play on, says the referee. And here come Lomans. They're racing through. Ball out on the far side of the field. We'll have to wait and see who gets this one. This is a chance here now. Ball being hurled out the field. Referee watches on. There's not a lot of time left. There's still time left. The man that has it is going down. Is the referee? There is a free in. There is a free. But Gerry, Alex Gardner, what did he...
Oh, he'll be very disappointed. I think a point would have done there. A point would have wrapped up the Flanagan Cup for Garrycastle. And as it happens now, foul and correct decision from Damien Maher, who's had a fine game. And John Heston will surely pop this over to level the game. And a friend of mine is going to be very happy. He told me it was going to be a draw, Gerry.
Absolutely. And Alex Gardner had nothing to do and he boxed it over the bar. Game over. And certainly when Garrycastle look back on this one, 11-12, the county final in Westmeath, a replay on the cards for next weekend. John Heslin as St. Loman's crowd hold their breath in TEG Cusick Park on the verge of holding on to a game that had gone away from them for long periods of the game. Heslin's kick is about to come. It's on its way. It's sailing in and it's sailing straight over the crossbar. It's gone over. Sides are level. Final whistle is being sounded by Damien Maher. There's no more playing time in TEG Cusick Park. And that's it. It's over. It's 13 points apiece. Gerry, what a game of football. Half time it was 9-5. Look, Garrycastle didn't score until the first water break at that second half and they got their opening score.
Yeah, John Heston, in fairness, again, he did it this time last year against Charles Pass when they needed a difficult free to win the game, and has done it again there today. But Alex Gardner will be very annoyed with himself that he didn't fist the ball over the bar or kick it over the bar there, going for a goal when it would have wrapped up the title. And Alex Gardner had a terrific game all round. But fine game of football, ragged enough second half by times, but a fair outcome really. But I think Garrycastle will be very annoyed with themselves.
Absolutely, a game that they led 9-5 at half time, but the second half not as good as the first half. But James Dolan missing in front of goals, Alex Gardner missing the last one, going for a goal when time was up, when the point was there for the taking, and then John Heslin to the rescue. What a footballer. Well, we have seen John do all that before at county level, carrying an injury, but certainly Declan Kelly and St. Loman's are certainly stuttering in this Westmeath County final this year to get to the final. They were almost on the verge of defeat on a number of occasions, did lose the first two opening games. After that it was touch and go. Today it was touch and go again. So Declan Kelly certainly will breathe a sigh of relief after this one. The semi-final was so close, this was even closer, but in fairness they just pulled it out of the fire with an injury time point from John Heslin from 30 metres out. The salvage a replay next Sunday, so will 13 points apiece it finishes here in TEG Cusick Park between St. Loman's and Garrycastle.